Alrighty, good morning everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's time for the DSP morning show here on DSP Gaming. It is Thursday, the 26th of February, 2026. I'm DSP, and this is the show. How you doing? It is time to hang out and chill and build up the stream before we check out the Marathon Server Slam. I'll be playing it on PC, and I'm interested to see what it's all about, quite frankly. You know, Bungie has an interesting track record. You know, the makers of Halo, then selling that off to Microsoft, and then moving on to Destiny, and now, you know, long over a decade after being just a Destiny kind of exclusive company, now moving on to a new project. So, very interested to see how this will go today. How is everyone this morning? How you doing? Just started the stream, so we're going to build up attendance. That's the whole point of the DSP morning show. Before we jump into Marathon today. Anyone playing Marathon and actually have any opinions on it? Well, shout out to Dirty Gravy. Dirty Gravy just gifted 5 memberships to the community. Thank you for that. My browser's locking up. There we go. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Dirty Gravy, for 5 gifted memberships. That's a nice way to start the stream. Thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'll say hello to everyone in just a sec. My eyes are burning. I put eye drops in. My eyes were already dried out this morning. The nights here have been cold recently, which basically means that all night we need to have the heat running. And I woke up this morning, my eyes were burning bad. I was like, oh, man. So I just put eye drops in, and I'm hoping that they help. And that's why my eyes kind of look messed up right now. Thank you, Dirty Gravy, for the 5 memberships. I appreciate that. Everyone who's getting them, I hope that you enjoy them. Also, Beef Supreme with our first super chat of the day, $2. I just want to say, hola, DSP, before the Beef's 3-mile run. You going for a 3-mile run? Good. Good for you. Thank you so much for the first super chat of the day. Get that up on the leaderboard here. Very good. Thank you. So who do we got today? Let's see who we have nice and early. Today we have It's Me Doc, Rose Diamonds, DV, Pokemon Enthusiastic, Broden. Who else do we got? We've got Ellipsian, War and Peace, D-Man, Bave Lines, Chris, Sammy, Grandmaster Scrub. On the kick side, who do we got today? We've got Daz Auto Chick, Spoons, Genghis Contributions, Piano-ish. Who else do we got? Well, we definitely have Virtual Boy Defeats DSP because he just sent a nasty, dirty, slimy zombie my way. Thank you so much for the first gifted sub of the day. Virtual Boy Defeats DSP. I appreciate that. Hopefully, they didn't put any bear traps into Resident Evil Requiem, because if they did, I think tomorrow he'll be changing his name to Bear Traps Defeat DSP. Anyone who saw my Resident Evil 4 remake playthrough, you know what I'm talking about. Captain DCW, how are you? It's good to see you, man. 57 months as a super supporter. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you for rejoining. I hope you're doing well. Muckman, what's going on? Good morning. How is everyone today? I see. Virtual Boy Defeats DSP says that was actual real support for Marathon. Thank you. Good to have people actually supporting what I'm streaming at the time. That's cool. Not to say I'm streaming Marathon right now. I will be after the morning show, after we build up some attendance here. So, Marathon is today. The server slam launched at 10 a.m. Pacific time. For anyone interested, the download on Steam is 15.7 gigs. I fully upgraded my graphics drivers for today. It was funny because I booted up the PC and I'm like, so I'm playing a new game, like for the first time in a while. Not to say that I haven't played new games, but they've been all like indie games and stuff recently, like nothing major or high profile. And I'm like, when was the last time I updated my drivers? And then I realized probably like January, because there haven't been any major games to update the drivers for. So I was like, let's do that. So I did a big cumulative driver update on the gaming PC and booted up Marathon. It did boot up and got me into a match. Now, I don't know if it's the tutorial it boots you into or an actual online match. I'm not sure how it works. But I tweaked the graphics a little bit. When I jumped in there, I tweaked the subtitles a little bit. And then I said, all right, I don't want to spoil myself, so I closed it out before I played any. I will be playing it today with surround sound headphones. Okay, for sure. And I'm debating, it has the same chat system as Arc Raiders did. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably use keyboard and mouse to play then. And I'll probably, my microphone here hasn't been plugged in for a little bit, as I've tried to cut down on the amount of connections that I had plugged into my PC. So I'm thinking I will plug the microphone in to have the proximity chat going for today. And I'm going to use the headphone surround sound with my Roland Bridgecast. So some things I haven't used for a while, I'll be using today to test out Marathon and see how it plays and how it looks, etc. Captain says, I'm good. I've been playing a game I loved as a kid. Oh, yeah? You got a throwback game you're playing there? That's cool. The Villain with a $5 super chat. Thank you. He says, you're doing a follow-up on Pokemon Day tomorrow. 30 years of Pokemon. Well, we're doing a morning show tomorrow. Maybe we could talk about Pokemon. But no, I'm not playing Pokemon because tomorrow is Resident Evil Requiem Day. I'm sorry, but that is just a bigger event. Especially when we just played Pokemon for like 3+ months straight with Pokemon Legends ZA. But for those who are playing Pokemon Day... oh, hold on. For those who are playing Pokemon tomorrow, happy Pokemon Day. And you'll have either Leaf Green or Fire Red to play. They both release tomorrow digitally on the Switch and Switch 2, right? For the low, low price of $20 each. So be sure to buy both. Yes, chat is fixed. Yesterday, chat was all screwed up on YouTube. YouTube employed an AI algorithm that identified and blocked English. I'm not kidding. There was some moron who worked at YouTube who actually launched an AI algorithm that was removing English from everyone's chat. If you typed in Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, French, or anything else, it worked. If you typed in English, it removed your text. That's how dumb the employees of YouTube are. So they fixed it, and now you can chat again. Congrats. All right, so what is going on, everybody? How are you, Faded Shadow? Good morning. What's everyone up to today? First of all, has anyone here in either chat played Marathon yet, and what are your thoughts? It's been live for 90 minutes, so you may have jumped in and played a game before me, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. Captain DCW says when he was a kid, he collected figures for Skylanders, kind of like Disney Infinity and Lego Dimensions, but you use the figurines. Yeah, I remember Skylanders. You're right. That was the predecessor to when everyone tried to copy them and make a buck basically trend chasing. You're right. I totally remember when Skylanders came out and it became big. All right, so what do we got? DV says, I've already uninstalled it. It's worse than Arc Raiders. And Broden says, I have been playing it. I'm really not enjoying it solos. Really? It's not good solo playing? Interesting. Marathon looks terrible. Really? Marathon looks good. A bit brutal. Marathon is utter woke nonsense. Okay. Interesting mixed opinions. Olivsian says, I actually played it in the closed test gameplay. The art style is nice, but extraction shooters aren't my cup of tea. Well, extraction shooters also weren't my cup of tea until I played Arc Raiders, and it kind of caught on. I played it there for about 2 months, right? And we enjoyed it. So I'm curious if I'll like this or not. Looks like Legos at an acid rave. Interesting. Ha 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 ha. Yes, this is definitely my pajamas top. Correct. This is not a brand new Uniqlo designer button-down shirt. This is a pajama top. Yes. I dress like this to bed, of course. Every day. Murky Rodney, how are you? Good morning. Rowan says, this is one of the games you fill enemies with ammo and they get you with one bullet. Oh, Now, when you say that, do you mean humans or do you mean the robots you're fighting or whatever you're fighting? Because I don't know what you fight in Marathon. Obviously, in Arc Raiders, you were fighting the Arcs, the robots. So I don't know what you're fighting in this one. The kick stream is buffering. Well, not on my end. If the kick stream is buffering, it must be Kick doing it, sadly. And I can't make the servers run better. How many more flops can Sony afford at this rate, says 6 Hybrid? Well, I guess we'll see what happens with this. This is Sony. I forgot all about that. I forgot that Bungie is now owned by Sony. The shirt is too big. That's why people think I'm wearing pajamas. It's considered an oversized shirt. That's the design. It's actually designed that way to be a comfortable shirt. It's not meant to be a tight shirt. It actually is called the oversized button down or something. I forget. But that's actually what its description is. Someone tipped $1.50 saying, should YouTube be held liable when they have an issue like they did yesterday with the chat? I mean, no. YouTube would be held liable if they charged for the service. Like, for example, okay, if any service goes down that you're paying for a significant amount of time, you absolutely have the right to seek restitution for that downtime. So if my internet went out for a day, a whole day, and I was not able to work and there was lost revenue, I actually have the right to go after them for that and be like, I pay you for a service. The agreement is that you provide said service. You didn't provide it. I lost revenue. I want restitution for that. Now, the exact value of said restitution, that's up for debate. Because you can argue, I just want the equivalent of one day's internet credited to my bill. Or you could be like, hey, I couldn't work today because of you. I want revenue that I should have made today from you. And that's between you and the courts and whatever you want to do because you're crazy and you're trying to sue and stuff like that. You know what I mean? YouTube would not be liable because YouTube is providing a free service. They're not charging you for the ability to stream, upload, chat, etc. It's a free-to-use service. And I'm almost positive that in their user agreement, it says that they're not liable for downtime and stuff like that. So, yeah. If I was paying to use YouTube, like let's say YouTube wasn't free. What if YouTube was a subscription service and you had to pay $50 a month to stream on YouTube, right? Which, by the way, that could very well happen in the future, just to be clear. Currently, we're in a situation where YouTube has been free for like 20 years and streaming is free everywhere. But very well, what could happen is all of this online advertisement agency kind of stuff just goes away. That the ads on online aren't profitable anymore. There's not enough of them to go around, or maybe they just don't pay out anymore. And if any of that ever goes away, and these businesses aren't viable, likely they'll change to a subscription model. And those who do it for a living, like me, I would pay. Why wouldn't I pay? I would pay hundreds of dollars a month to stream on YouTube because it's my livelihood, right? It's a business investment for me. I make bank streaming. Why wouldn't I pay to do it, right? But there may be a lot of people who don't, okay, or wouldn't, because it's just a hobby. It's just a silly thing. Why are they going to want to pay to stream on there, right? So, no, you cannot hold YouTube liable or accountable for the mistake that they made because it's a free service that they're providing. You're not paying them for anything. There's no contract between you and YouTube about them being up and having a working chat, okay? However, there's absolutely nothing stopping us from observing the obvious that whoever actually did that thing, who launched that AI moderation tool, and it failed miserably because it shut down people's chats entirely by blocking English, we can all observe and say that person's a fucking buffoon and shouldn't be employed at YouTube. They're just so dumb. Sorry, it's just the truth. And we can say that. It's our right to criticize whether or not we're paying for the service or not. I mean, that's a grade A fucking idiot. Did I ever put anything in the front pocket this year? No, I just got this shirt. This is my first time wearing it on stream. I wore it once off stream, and this is my first time wearing it on stream. But no, I've never used the pocket. Seems like a normal pocket. Super Bonchon, I have no idea what you're talking about. What's an SLA? I don't even know what that is. A service level agreement. You mean a service agreement with Comcast. I have 2 lines with Comcast. 2 internet lines. One is the business line that is just for these streams and uploading. That's literally all I use it for. The other line is for everything else in the house. So my phone is connected. My wife's phone is connected. Our Fire TV stick downstairs is connected through there. What else is through there? There's a lot that we have. Oh, all of these wireless devices in the office that need an internet connection to work are connected through there. So basically, this is one massive dedicated line just for the streams and uploading and that stuff, and that's it. That way, nothing interferes with it, okay? Everything else goes through the second line. No, the shirt is not old. This is a brand new shirt. Literally, it's brand new from Uniqlo last year. Well, not last year's collection, but the collection, it was actually a seasonal clear out because now we're heading into summer, spring and summer. So they're trying to sell through all of their kind of fall stock. And this is more like a fall shirt because it's a long sleeve. So it was on a sale, and I got it. It's my size, it's large, and it's brand new. Galloping Ghost Arcade in the Chicagoland area. Haven't heard of it. You're saying it's one of the biggest arcades in the world? That's neat. Oh, that's cool. The arcade owner reveals a new arcade cabinet every Monday. They have over 1,000. Wow, that's neat. I'd probably love it. I'd probably go and have a good time there. Are we doing DSP Tries It today? Well, technically, yes. Technically, we are trying the Marathon Server Slam today. It is an experiment. It is a test. We don't know how it's going to work. We don't know if it's going to be fun. So technically, yes, this is a DSP Tries It. It's just not a typical one where we're doing fast food or something. You ordered delivery Arby's, Captain? There is only one Arby's in our area. It's pretty far away. And it's, for some reason, it's like expensive. Like, let's listen to this. The regular beef and cheddar at Arby's, which is just the sliced roast beef and the cheddar sauce and that other sweet sauce, whatever they put on there, $9. $9. The sandwich is worth probably $2 to $3 tops. They charge $9. So we don't go to Arby's. We've had enough. It's like, that's ridiculous nonsense. You just got a classic roast beef? What did they charge you for it? I'm curious. Arby's curly fries are good if they're fresh and made correctly. So if they're actually warm and, you know, soft on the inside, crispy on the outside, they're very tasty because they're seasoned. However, if you get a bad batch or an old batch of Arby's curly fries, they suck. You'll get all the little tiny little end pieces rather than any curls. And those tiny little pieces are always overcooked. So you get way too much of the oil flavor and not enough of the seasoning or the potato flavor. And they're horrible. You can't even like dip them into ketchup because they're tiny. They're like this small. So you're like, the fuck do I get ketchup on this? So it's very annoying. If you get a good batch, a fresh batch, like, oh, these are delicious. Otherwise, it's like, oh, these suck. Here we go. Cowboy says, oh, you're jacked now. No need to wear oversized shirts. Get the slim size. I prefer comfortable. You know, I prefer comfortable clothing. When I'm wearing t-shirts and stuff like that, if I'm wearing a softer material, then I'll wear, you know, smaller clothing. But if you're wearing certain kinds of material, looser clothing is more comfortable, and that's what I'm wearing today. Notably, I wore this for Street Fighter because I wanted a lighter, aerated shirt. I didn't want to be wearing something heavier when I'm playing Street Fighter. My blood pressure goes way up. $6 for a regular roast beef sandwich? Oy. Like, the classic roast beef is just a bunch of slices of roast beef on a piece of bread. They don't even put sauce on it. $6. Make it yourself, right? Make it yourself at home. It's ridiculous. Yes, I am aware that DoorDash / delivery prices are more expensive than in-person prices. We've talked about it. On this very stream, I asked people, okay, at your local place, if you were to get it. Like, for example, we just got that cheesy bacon burger at Wendy's, right? So I just got it delivered. It was $9. And someone said to buy it in person, it's $7. So it's like a $2 increase. Okay, fair enough to know that. And I always try to remember that and call that out in my reviews. Still too expensive. Like, even if the beef and cheddar in person was $7.50, I'd be like, that's insane. Are you crazy? There's nothing on it. It's a bunch of slices of beef with a cheese sauce. Why are you charging $7.50? Thank you to Plargus. Plargus did a $2 tip. Says excited for Marathon, and also he owns the same shirt and is indeed an oversized fit. Yeah, it's meant to be a larger shirt for comfort. And it is a very comfortable shirt, for the record. Most Uniqlo clothing is very, very comfortable. Uniqlo is a Japanese designer clothing line. You can buy all their stuff online, but they have stores, and they actually have a store in my local mall. Notably, they have very comfortable warm clothing for like the fall and winter. They have special technology called heat tech, where it's like a special ratio of threads in the shirts that make them warm, but also like stretchy and comfy at the same time. I love it. I love that. And I own a bunch of sweatpants from them. I own a bunch of shirts from them. My favorite flannel shirt is a Uniqlo flannel shirt. Super comfy. And now I got this. This is so comfy. I love everything I have from them. They're a great company. Do they have denim? Yes, they do jeans. I don't own any Uniqlo jeans, though. I would be opposed to trying them. But I needed jeans because I lost so much weight in the last year working out. I went from just over 200 pounds. I think I was like 205 down to 175. So losing 30 pounds simply by changing my diet and working out, I needed all new clothes. So went out to a store, and all that store really had was like Levi's and Wrangler. And I liked the Levi's, so I just bought 3 pairs of Levi's, different styles, and that's the jeans that I have. But I'm not opposed to trying other brands of jeans. Now that I'm like a normal size instead of fat, I can wear like jeans from any company. It used to be tough. Like when I was fat, you go to get jeans and they don't fit right. They just don't. Like they don't fit in the waist, then they don't fit in the leg. It's like, oh, it's uncomfortable. I used to have to buy Gap jeans because they were, for some reason, Gap was the only brand that when I went to put them on, they felt comfortable throughout the jeans. I don't know why. It's just my weird body type because I was fat and everything. But now I can wear any jeans I want. They're very comfortable. What was my waist size? The 38? I think I was 38. Yeah. And now I'm back down to 30. I'm like between 32, 34. So if I wear 34, it's just a little too big. If I wear 32, it's tight. So it's kind of in between there. And that's my natural waist. That's not even, fat. That's actually the size of my waist. No, I never owned JNCO jeans. I've seen that before, I think, but I never owned them. What cut of jeans do I wear? I don't even know. I think I got 3 different ones. I really don't remember. I think there are 3 different styles, actually, that I bought. I think I like them all. Like, they all look nice and feel nice, but I don't remember what I got. Will I rock tank tops in the summer? No. In the summer, you know what I like to wear. I like to wear t-shirts. I like to wear the more comfortable now undershirts with a shirt over it. And the style of shirt can be Hawaiian style. It can be plaid. It could be anything, like different styles of shirt over it. I do not smoke whatsoever. No. Do I have loose skin because I was obese? No, I do not have any loose skin. I'm happy to say. Thankfully, my skin is not sagging off and flapping all about. I never got that fat. Like I said, the heaviest I've ever been was 240 pounds in my life. And that was when I was at my absolute unhealthiest. My knees were killing me. My back was all messed up. But then I was able to bounce back. And now, yeah, I'm good. Do I ever wear hats? No, I do not. At one point, I did. If you remember earlier on in my YouTube days, I always wore like a beanie or something. Remember, I wore different ones over the years. But no, I actually do not almost ever wear hats anymore. No. Nice, relaxing music. So we've been chilling for about a half an hour. We'll probably give it a little bit more, and then we'll jump into Marathon and see what it's all about today. Like I said, we'll be doing keyboard and mouse, surround sound headphones. I'll plug the mic in so we could do the, what's it called? The chat? Proximity chat. The proximity chat. And we'll see what it's all about. Would I do a cameo for your friend? No, I don't do cameos. Sorry. Yes, we are playing Marathon on this stream. I'm just building up attendance a little bit, trying to get more people on the stream to check it out. Why did I stop wearing beanies? Well, a couple reasons. Reason number one is because I was growing my hair out, and basically, when you grow your hair out and you wear a beanie, you mess it all up. Like, seriously, you just screw your hair up, and you gotta go wet it and comb it or brush it. It's like, oh, it's annoying. The beanies worked better when I had the crew cut, because they can't screw up short hair. But, once I started growing the hair out, it actually became more of a hassle. And then, actually, my favorite beanie I lost. My favorite beanie ever was the Bullet Bill beanie that I had from Super Mario World. And I bought that 100 years ago. You can't get it anymore because I've searched for it online. It doesn't exist. And I wore it all the time. I thought it was awesome. You know, it fit my persona as an online gamer and everything. I really liked it. And then I particularly remember Kat was visiting once. This was before she had even moved here with me. It was one of her visits where we were spending a lot of time together. And we went to the mall, and I had the beanie on, and I'd put it into my back pocket while we were walking around the mall. And then when we were done, we were ready to leave. And as I was ready to leave, I reached to my back pocket, and it was empty. I said, oh, shit. It must have fell out of my pocket while I was walking around the mall. And I was like, well, we were here for hours. There's no way I'm going to find it now. And that was it, because after that, it just wasn't anywhere. I've never seen it again online to purchase. And I bought it online originally. I think it was one of those limited run things where they only did like, you know, maybe 1 or 2 waves of it or whatever. And then it's out of print. You can't get it anymore. And after that, I never bought another one. Like, I do own a couple knit hats. But they're more hats for like winter time. If it ever gets really cold, you wear it outside. And the thing is, it never really gets that cold here anymore, like it used to. But now our winters are pretty mild, where you would never really need a hat. So I haven't really worn them in 100 years. Well, there you go. The Don Toothpick Tom says, let's get the likes count up on YouTube. Sounds good. If you're watching on YouTube, let's engage. Let's get some engagement on the stream. Please give it a like. If you're hanging out and chilling and enjoying the DSP morning show this morning, that helps a ton. It gets this in the algorithm. Maybe we'll get some more eyes on the marathon stream. Let's go. When did my receding hairline become distinct? At what age did it start? I had a receding hairline even when I was in my 20s. But the thing was, I always had a crew cut. So because I had the crew cut, you could never really mention it. Or, excuse me, you could never really notice it. That's what I meant to say. So it really was, you know, prominent even when I was young. Like I said, my uncle and my cousins, all of them on my mom's side, lost their hair in their 20s. By the time that they hit 30, they were all completely bald. So I'm lucky to have hair at my age. But I already had a receding hairline when I was younger, just you couldn't see it. And then when I grew out my hair for the first time in 2010, all right, again, it was kind of hard to see because my hairstyle kind of evolved a little bit over the years. And it took a while for me to figure out how I wanted to do it. And it was only maybe I'd say 2-3 years ago when I figured out I like it this way. It's freshly washed, conditioned, and just basically combed back, and it kind of puffs up a bit. I like it looking like this. My wife likes it like this too. But yeah, obviously this shows off that on this side I have a receding hairline. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just going to get worse with time. What are you going to do? That's life. You age gracefully, right? It's not a big deal. Yeah, my dad still has a full head of hair. He never lost his hair. My dad's side never had an issue with hair loss. It was all on my mom's side. All the men of the family on my mom's side were bald. Pokemon Enthusiastic, thanks for $2. As lip smacks make DSP a sassy boy. Well, I'm just going to have to smack it up tonight, right? I'm just going to have to keep smacking. If you like the sass, there you go. What's up with the bubble music? That is the sound effect for people when they're brewing up a batch of the T-virus. Where in Connecticut did I grow up? Bridgeport, Connecticut. No, I've seen no clips of Boogie. I don't care about Boogie. I don't watch anything involving him, nor do I give two shits. I did hear about this, Theodore. There's a new collection that's being made called the Marvel Maximum Collection, and it has a ton of X-Men and Spider-Man games, including the X-Men arcade game. It's going to have supposed 6-player co-op over the internet, which is crazy. Both of the Spider-Man beat-em-up games for SNES/Genesis, which was Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety. That was the other one. I believe there was an X-Men and Spider-Man team-up game called Arcade's Revenge. That one I didn't like. I rented that one a couple times. I didn't like it. So it's a good variety of games. Oh, it's going to have the Captain America/the Avengers beat-em-up from Arcades, which is really cool. But the one thing that is, sadly, in my opinion, missing, and they haven't announced as part of the collection yet, X-Men 1 and 2 on Genesis. Those were really good games. Like, those were games that got it right. They had a good selection of characters. Their mutant abilities matched the characters perfectly. The plots, the gameplay elements, the games were great. But that I wish was in the collection, and sadly, they haven't said that those are in there yet. And I was like, oh, come on. Get those in there. Then it would be like the perfect collection. But we'll see. They didn't announce all the games that are in the collection yet, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty good collection of games. Mark says, what did I end up playing on last night's stream? So on last night's stream, we unboxed 2 Switch 2 controllers that I just purchased. One is a retro-style 8-bit dough, and one is a modern-style Power A. We synced them with the Switch 2. We got them both fully working, and then we played some retro games. So I tried out Super Mario World. Let me think about this. Bubsy. I tried 3 or 4 games. I can't remember what they were. We played 3 or 4 games with the SNES controller, and I confirmed that the D-pad actually works really well. Okay? It's a really good D-pad. I really love it. So that was fun. And then we used the modern controller, and I think I tried 1 retro game. I think it was Joe and Mac 2. I tested the D-pad, but then I said, how can I really test the D-pad properly? Well, let me play the game that I bought the Switch 1 Pro controller for, and the D-pad was busted, and I couldn't play it properly. So I re-downloaded Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challengers, and we actually played it online for like 30 to 40 minutes. The connections were atrociously bad. Laggy as shit, but the controller works great. I was able to do all the moves. I went into training mode with Ken, and I was pulling off combos into Shoryuken and everything, and I'm like, oh, this D-pad is actually outstanding. It works really, really well. So that's great stuff. So it was a good stream, but the bummer was, because it was an impromptu stream that we just did on the fly, because we had canceled the indie stream because we didn't know if the chat was going to work, you know, it wasn't a well-supported stream. It wasn't. It was actually my slowest stream of the year. But considering the fact that I had some really great streams recently, I didn't really care. I was like, it's not a big deal. And I had fun, and we got the controllers working. So now with the Retrothon we're going to be doing on Friday of next week, that's March 6th, we got 2 controllers lined up and ready for that, which is great. So it served its purpose, and it was a fun event. I wish more people would have been there to support it, but it is what it is, right? There are an insane amount of boba tea cafes in this area. They're not really considered boba teas. They're considered Asian tea places. I'm not kidding you. They are sprouting up at such a rapid pace. There's like 5 of them in my local mall. Then 1 block away, there's 2 more. Then 1 block away, there's 2 more. I'm not kidding. Within like a 1-mile radius, there's like 20 plus tea places. This is actually what I've been telling you guys, is out here, when I moved here 12 years ago, it was more of a variety place, meaning you could get all kinds of stuff. You could get American fare food. You could get Asian of all different kinds. You could get some European. You could get Mexican, all that stuff. Now, a lot of the businesses are just moving away or closing, and it's all Asian. Like, every business opening up is Asian. They just closed one of the best American fare kind of comfort food restaurants in my area. Guess what they're opening in its place? A Korean barbecue. Guess what they just opened up at our local mall 4 months ago? A Korean barbecue. You can't make it up. They keep closing businesses and opening up the same kind of business. It's either Asian restaurant or Asian tea place. And there's a zillion of them in the area. I don't even understand why. Like, if there's already a brand new Korean barbecue place at the mall, why would I want to go to the one that's a block away from the mall? It doesn't even make logical sense. This is like the equivalent of when Starbucks started opening up Starbucks within a block of each other. Like, there's a Starbucks in the grocery store, on the corner of the block, and down the street. Why are there 3 Starbucks on the same road? It doesn't even make sense, but that's how Starbucks was, and now it seems like they're doing that out here with the same kind of businesses. So it's frustrating, because when I moved here, I liked how there was a big variety. It was like a melting pot, right? It was almost like a New York City feel where, wow, you could get this, you could get this, you could get this. Almost all of that stuff's gone. It's all Asian now. And like, what the hell happened? It is what it is, I guess. I guess there's just more people moving to this area that are Asian, so you're going to have what the populace here is used to, but I don't know how you're not going to get bored. Seriously. How are you not going to get bored of the same thing all the time? Everywhere you go, it's exactly the same thing. That's boring to me. I like variety, you know? Attendance is pretty decent right now, so we'll probably just hang out for a few more minutes, and then we'll start with Marathon. If you had a good time, please like the stream. please consider supporting the stream today. Like I said, last night, sadly, was a really bad support stream because we had to kind of redo everything on the fly, and a lot of people who were there and wanted to see indie games left, which sucked. Today, we scheduled this as a marathon stream all along. Let's get some support for me trying out something new again. This is the kind of game I never would have tried this or played it before, right? That's why this year is so different. I'm going outside of the stuff I used to do. I'm trying new things constantly. We're seeing, you know, new games, new projects, new styles, everything, right? The new equipment, it makes it possible, which is excellent. So let's go. Let's get some rallied support for the Marathon Server Slam today. I don't even know where Mercer Island is, Thiggs. I have no idea. Never been there. Resident Evil is not out now. Resident Evil comes out tomorrow. So I'll be playing it all day tomorrow. Server Slam means that they've decided to make their game completely open and public as of today. It's very limited gameplay, though. Like, they're not giving you all the features of the game. But the reason that they're doing it is to test the servers. They're purposely just saying, we're opening the floodgates. Everyone come in, test them, see if it works or not. There's no guarantee that it will, but I did boot it up before and it worked right away. But I don't know if that was the tutorial or actually playing online. I don't know how it works, if you could do a tutorial first or not. But yeah, that is what they're doing. That's why they call it the server slam. They're expecting to get their servers slammed with people trying to play the game for free and test it out today. This lasts all the way through Monday. Like, it ends Monday morning. So if we play this today and we like it and we want to do it again, we could play it again on Sunday night as the late stream, and I'd be okay with that. So let's see if we like it, and if it's something that we want to continue and test again, or if it's something after once we're like, meh, and then we never want to play it again, like a high guard situation, right? Like, this could be a high guard situation. I don't know. Cola Tulu just sent a rotten stinky zombie my way by gifting a subscription over on Kick. Thank you so much, Cola Tulu, for your support. Thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. Someone just said he lives in Washington for 12 years, but he's never been to a forest. So why would he go to Mercer Island? Why would I go to a forest? I'm surrounded by trees. I have evergreens in my backyard. I literally have evergreens and a whole bunch of nature in my backyard. There's a giant pond. There's a bunch of creatures that live there. There's forest right behind me. Why would I go to the forest? What an idiotic thing to say. I did play Half-Life 2. Yes, I did. Played the entire game from start to finish, and you can find the playthrough right here on the channel. That's correct. The king doesn't go to a forest. The forest comes to the king. That is correct. Why do you think I moved here? I got the best view of anyone who lives here. We got this giant nature area behind us where we got beautiful trees, the pond, all kinds of crazy birds that come in and migrate during the different seasons of the year. Tons of squirrels. Wild rabbits are out there, which is really cool. Sometimes we even have moles and stuff. Not that that's good because they dig up your yard. But we have all kinds of wild creatures out there. We do. The only thing we haven't had is deer. We have everything else. Like, we've even had coyotes come through. We've had bobcats. I don't think I've ever seen a wolf, though. We've had all kinds of creatures, but like I said, just not deer. For whatever reason, I think because the too many humans in the area that would scare the deer away. But we got some good stuff out there. It's very nice. What kind of birds? Oh, good lord. Sparrows, chickadees, finches of various varieties. We've got northern flicker birds. We've got Stellar's jays. We've got falcons. We actually just recently saw, not falcons, excuse me, hawks. We saw two different kinds of hawks in the area. That was really cool. One was like huge and only came by for like a week, but that thing was giant. And it kept coming by. You know what it is? It's looking for little creatures, looking for like mice and rats and squirrels and stuff to eat. And then recently we have another hawk that's like a mid-size hawk. And it's weird because it comes by and it just looks at everything and it flies away. It's never actually tried to hunt. It just kind of looks around. But it's a cool looking hawk. Actually, we had an eagle. I forgot. 2 weeks ago, we had an eagle that was way high up in the sky above us. You could see his wingspan was huge. So we couldn't tell what kind of eagle it was. We don't think it was a bald eagle. but it was giant. Like, god damn, that's a huge bird up there. It's really cool when you have a variety of wildlife that comes by, and seasonally it changes, it rotates, where you can see different kinds of birds during the course of the year, and sometimes you see more of one kind and less of another, which is really neat. We have a feeder on our back door, because our back door is a sliding glass door, so we have one of those transparent plastic feeders that does suction cup on the door, and you fill it with seed, and the birds come by every single day to eat. So the smaller birds eat there, and then in the back of our house there's a dog walk park, and then there's benches and stuff to sit out there, and we put out a feeder, and every day we go out there and we fill it up with different kinds of nuts, different kinds of healthy nuts, like almonds or walnuts or whatever, and the birds and squirrels come by and eat it every day, and we get tons of variety of wildlife as a result. It's really cool. What's going on, Abdullah? Abdullah just did a $4.90 super chat, and he says, can you sing the banana song, maybe using the voice changer? Ha ha ha. Sure. The thing is, I still don't remember it. Like, how does it go? It goes, I want banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze the peel, here comes the nana. That's how it goes, right? I think that's it. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Ready? So
I want banana, tasty banana, put it in my mouth and... No.
That's not it. It goes, I want banana, tasty banana. No, how does it go? I remember the last part, squeeze the peel, in comes the nana. But what's the middle part? I want banana, tasty banana. I don't remember it. I can't remember it. I don't remember it. Oh, that's it? It's I want banana, tasty banana, put banana in my mouth, squeeze the peel, in comes the nana. It's just such a not a song. It's not a song. You know what I mean? That's why I don't remember it. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't sound good. So I can't remember the lyrics. Yeah. It's not catchy at all. I don't know why you guys think it's good. It's literally not catchy to me at all. And I have a mind that latches onto jingles and stuff. Like, I can still remember commercial jingles that I heard on TV as a kid. I remember them pitch perfect, accurate lyrics and everything. But I don't remember this banana song at all. Okay, let's try it again. Ready?
Okay. I want banana, tasty banana, put banana in my mouth, squeeze the peel, in comes the nana.
There you go. I think I got it right. Did I get it right? I think I did. Wrong? What do you mean wrong? That's right. I did it correctly. Oh, hold on. All right, you want Satan to sing it. Okay, here we go.
I want banana, tasty banana, put banana in my mouth, squeeze the peel, in comes the nana.
There you go. Satan, you wanted Satan to sing it. Perfect. Okay. What are you talking about? You wanted me to sing the song, and I sang the song multiple times in multiple cadence. There you go. I didn't make the subtitles in the highlight clip. One of my editors did, and he based it off of the detractor meme. That was the point. The actual subtitle on YouTube acknowledges that the word in there isn't a real word and deletes it and doesn't even recognize it. So it doesn't matter what your mentally challenged brain formulated the word was over the years and you programmed yourself to think that's what it was. That's not what it was. You're wrong. I'm the person who said it, not you. When I watched the clip back, I put myself in that position. I'm like, that's right. I was trying to make a joke about in comes the banana, but there was too many syllables. So I just cut the first syllable off and said, in comes the nana. But I said it so fast, it sounds like I'm bumbling over my words. I remember specifically doing it. So I know what it was. You don't. You're an idiot. Why my editor base it off the detractors? Because that was the point. The point was to take the meme and own it and turn it into part of my content. So that's why we have the dancing banana emote. That's why we had the I want banana, tasty banana song sound effect as a contribution pop-up sound effect for the Donkey Kong Bonanza playthrough last year. we basically owned it. Made it ours. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what CJNG even is. JP Leonard. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Don't even know what the hell that means, so I'm not too concerned about it. Yes, streamers still get games early, Spoons. Yes, it's not a shock. Streamers get games early and play them early and spoil them for the whole internet early. I mean, this is not something new. I'm playing Resident Evil tomorrow all day, playing it again on Sunday, not rushing, just going to play it, nicely cover it, not worried about being the first person to play it. These idiots get it super early. I stopped caring about that 10 years ago. No, never heard of heel versus babyface. Nope. Yeah, it's a combination of factors. Some people change their time zone to claim that they live in New Zealand, and then they get everything almost a full day early. Some people got advanced copies and were able to play the game early, and the embargo lifted, so they're able to start streaming and put up content. It's a combination of factors. You know me. I'm a normal guy like you. I don't try to get games early. I don't try to do things in advance. I just buy them myself and play them just like you. That's who I am as a creator. Why are they idiots? Because they got the game early? Because they're playing a game that's so outdated. They're playing this, I must be the first. I have to rush to make content. No, you don't. The truth is, if you actually have any kind of notoriety, if you have any kind of clout, if you have any kind of following that likes you, they're not going to care if you play the game the moment that it can release, earlier than it really releases, later than it releases. They're just going to watch you. Okay, they're going to watch you play it because they just want to see your playthrough. For when I played Heavy Rain, okay, yes, it was huge when I played it because I was playing this murder mystery game. No one knew the plot yet, right? But people still watch Heavy Rain today for the first time and say, wow, that's an amazing playthrough. It was hilarious as shit. I love it. It's like timeless. True content of gameplay is timeless, all right? It's not, oh, it was hype because they played it early, and so I got to see them be one of the first people to play it, but then no one cares about it 2 days later when everyone's played it. You see what I'm saying? So people will tune in and watch me play Resident Evil because they want to see Darkside Phil play Resident Evil. It doesn't matter if I play it today, tomorrow, yesterday, 2 weeks from now. People still want to see Darkside Phil play Resident Evil. I don't play that game anymore where I'm running to be the first person to play a game and get the footage on the internet. It's a dumb game. It really is. It's stupid. And people used to always do stuff. There was this one guy that really got me. I'm not going to say his name, all right? But this guy would actually pay people to steal games, okay? This was before everything was digital. He would actually pay people to steal games from the back rooms of stores, from Walmart. He would find a way to get this guy to sneak in and steal a fucking video game early, and he would pay this guy tons of money to do it, and then he would play the game 2-3 days earlier than anyone else, and he would have a full playthrough of it on YouTube to get day one views. That was literally the only appeal the guy ever had. He was never charismatic. He had absolutely no, like watching him play the game was boring as shit, but he would always have the game playthrough out early. That's how some of these people just treat this shit. Like, I must be the first. I'm a special snowflake. I'm the golden child streamer. Don't you want to come see me because I got the game early? No, you're a boring motherfucker. I don't care about you getting the game early. I want to watch someone who actually is charismatic or is funny to watch or you have an enjoyment interaction when you watch. I don't give a fuck that you got the game early, and no one else should either, but people are dumb. They flock to something because they think there's some kind of an exclusive club where people are playing it early, and they rush to see those day one views. I don't care about day one views. I just don't. I haven't cared about it in about 10 years. I just don't give a shit. The day that I started being a interactive streamer, all right, and we started having a cool social back and forth during the streams rather than it just being about the game, that was the day that I stopped caring about playing stuff early. Like, who gives a shit, right? If there was a reason why I couldn't play Resident Evil tomorrow, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, we'll play Sunday. Fuck yeah, I don't care. We'll play whenever. People will still be here to watch me play Resident Evil. You know, I don't have to worry. I am not a slave to the machine that is, oh, I only get views when I play something early. That's just not true. So I just don't care about these idiots, because they are idiots. when they run out and they play that game and they think that they're special because they got it early and they jump through hoops and they kiss butt and they suck on the fucking PR people's dicks to try to get the game super early, because they do. They kiss ass and I'll say the game's great. They do all this fucked up stuff to get stuff early because that's how they make their money. I don't have to worry about that. Because I've always been independent, because I've never played that game, I'm able to do things freely. And then when I play the game, I'm honest about it. You know that I'll be telling you my actual truthful opinions of it, not that I'm going to kiss the game's ass because I really wanted to get the game early to get day one views. I don't care. I think it is time for us to end the morning show and to get started and try out Marathon, shall we? Okay? Let's try it out. Let's see if I like it. And we're going to play it all afternoon. I'm going to play it for about an hour, then go on a break, and then come back and play it probably for another 2+ hours. Let me know your thoughts as I play it. And by all means, please support the stream, okay? Please like the stream. Please contribute. Last night, I had a really bad slow stream. I want to bounce back from that today. So if you like the fact that I'm covering this on release day, then please support it, okay? All right. Let's end the DSP morning show and let's get set up for Marathon. Let's do it, guys. Thanks for watching.